Norseman Kasi. Back 700 years to a fantasy Earth. The world is a gritty, dangerous place. The papacy is challenged by an anti-pope. The papal disbanded Templars recede into memory. Seems to be consuming magic, secularizing and growing in power. Two emperors battle within the Holy Roman Empire, and Hungary is at its height, but torn apart by a civil war. As they all fight amongst themselves, I expand rapidly and consume everything. The adventurers that call themselves the Champions of the Sun discovered that I am a vampire. Now they are trying to create a powerful weapon to destroy me. They will never succeed. While many have walked with these self-proclaimed champions, these are the present adventurers.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I've ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the Champions of the Sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Baldur, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I am Kip Kaelin, Ranger of the North, and I am lost. Hailing all the way from Garin in Scotland, I have faced great tragedy, losing all those dear to me. I am haunted by that fateful night, and what was taken from me. I face defeat at every turn, attempting to enact revenge on those that did this to us. And when all my strength, resources, and allies, save for my trusted wolf Lycoa, was depleted, I stumbled upon the Champions of the Sun at the Battle of Sagut. I decided to ally myself with these seemingly capable and worthy adventurers to aid me in putting the lost to rest. It is what she would want, or so she seems to indicate.
I am Edric, and I am from England. I spent most of my youth in the Navy. Climbing the ranks, I was granted land and title. However, I did not fit in. A heretic to most. I fled, leaving my wife and children behind. In a city on mines, I met a group that changed my life forever. The Champions of the Sun. In time, perhaps they might help me reunite with my family.
I am Vilela. I hail from far-off Ethiopia. With no brothers, my noble father indulged my obsession with self-defense. On business in Rome, my family was accosted, but my skills enabled me to defeat our attackers. My desire to fight crime fueled. In my travels, I made a powerful enemy who may now pursue me. Near the Drusistine, I met a stoic knight and the Champions of the Sun. Now, in a strange land, I hope they can help me deliver justice to criminals, or death.
In these dark times, the dead rise and strike fear and feed on the living. I am Baron Andre Franz Hellwing II. I am dedicated to unlocking the forbidden secrets of life and death. Through science and God, I strive to make the dead stay dead. Many fear what they do not understand. The raw materials of the flesh.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect, and, more importantly, my trust.
If you meet one who claims to be a champion of the sun, tell me their whereabouts. Better yet, kill them on sight. I will reward you handsomely. Welcome to Seven-Sided Dice, Carpathian Adventure.
Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others are retail managers, a few are in IT, we're parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it. Nonetheless, there were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We'd like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, Kick, and Twitter followers, as well as our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please ignore the peanut gallery behind me. Hey, if you have not already,
so excited to play Dungeons and
there
Dragons.
you go. Yes. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch and Kick. Please like on YouTube and Facebook, and of course, please subscribe on YouTube. At last check, we're up to 443 subscribers on YouTube. That's actually a decrease. But, and 466. Where'd you guys go? 466 followers on Facebook. It's only a couple, but we do appreciate every single one of you. If during the stream you follow on Twitch or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. To all of our subscribers, thank you. Let me just pull this out here. There we go. To all of our subscribers, thank you. Before we get going, new camera, new teleprompter, new internet. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
So just bear with us tonight. I appreciate it. Huh?
Threes. Keep them in threes.
What happened the last session? The party started the last session in the luxurious lobby of the incredibly tall Draconis Term Tower in Amsterdam. The tower's concierge, Glusa, made a dinner reservation for the party at a refined restaurant called Carpathian, and at Simon's insistence, escorted them to it. They had an elegant multi-course meal. During the exquisite meal, the party briefly discussed why they were receiving such fine treatment. After dinner, the party walked through the narrow, cobbled streets of Amsterdam, making their way to the bitumen refinery. They heard the distinct sound of cats coming from inside. Remaining outside, Galila scouted the exterior of the structure with her owl, Abu. She saw cats on the roof. Kip also spotted a cat on the wall and watched it as intently as it watched him. And continuing on, the party found a local tavern where they had another dinner. They learned that the owner of the bitumen refinery and the Draconis term are one in the same, Varitatis van Draconis. They also learned that he's a very likable, strikingly handsome guy, possibly in his late 50s. In an effort to organize their plan, they spent a lot of time regrouping their thoughts regarding past adventures and future plans. Balder nonchalantly showed Galela the Heilige Lanza, or the lancehead that killed Christ. They discussed it at length what they needed to do with it, and to assemble the Tour de Demon, or demon killer. More about that. And there was some discussion about, does it kill demons, or anyway. Galela shared. There you go. Galela shared that an organization is pursuing her, and those who were present collectively recollected their horrific first meeting with Ghazi and what appeared to be a red dragon. Returning through the rain to the Draconis term, the party took the box back up to their 80th floor suite. Something was clearly negating magic and weakening the elf Kip while in the box. After a restful night, they had breakfast, albeit with nothing red, took the box back downstairs, then took the box back upstairs to meet with Varitatis van Draconis. Meeting him in his huge office, Veritas was, as they had been told, strikingly handsome, with polished gold-trimmed armor that displayed a massive black dragon diamond on its breastplate. He regaled the party with some of his travels as an adventurer, provided a brief description of bitumen refining, gave a cryptic explanation of why he does it, and gave a tease as to what dragon crystals are. He seemed fascinated with what he called Simon's and Balder's brilliant minds. He privately told Kip that he was an abomination, but could transform. He mentioned to Galela that he knew of Prima Isolde and could help her find them. To help each of the champions, he said he wanted to meet with them individually. After the meeting, the party went into town to get away from the tower. Galela said, quote, "I want to leave. I want to leave immediately. I'm not going back in that tower. You will not convince me," unquote. As they walked, they discussed their thoughts regarding Veritas van Draconis. The party eventually ventured outside the Amsterdam city walls. They went looking for and found a poor village with many ill villagers. The Baron temporarily healed a sick child. They also learned that the black dragon sometimes, quote, takes away, unquote, the sick. Before leaving, the Baron cast prayer for the healing on a cluster of the poor villagers. In a poor section outside the Amsterdam city walls, under the gloomy shadow of the Draconis term, we rejoin the party. Welcome back, guys. Woo! You are outside of the city in a poor section of the town. It is raining. It is drizzly. The ground is like sludge that you're in. You're right alongside of a canal. As you walk through it, it's like the mud picks up on your feet. It's not encumbering you in any way, but it's clearly caking on you. If you were to go someplace dry, it would dry in like cakes of mud that you would have to brush off. The structures around you are little more than huts built out of bits of wood, parts of trees, and canvas at this point. As you recall migrating from the city out toward where you are right now, it slowly became clearly slightly more depressed. Off in the distance, you can see what look to be like peat fields, and you're familiar with peat, especially yourself, Kip, coming from way off in the islands north of Scotland and Ireland. This appears to be where they're harvesting something out in those fields. You guys are there. What are you doing?
So refined, it's dangerous, right? The bitumen. Or unrefined, it's equally dangerous.
If it's mixed with magic, right?
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. But by itself, it's not.
Oh, no. Around magic, it's not dangerous.
I had that backwards.
It's when you
No,
take the magic
take-
away.
Take the magic away,
right.
it
Right.
explodes,
Right.
right. But my question is that after it's refined or
Yeah,
before it's
I
refined?
think
it's
part of
after
the-
it's
I think
refined.
that's
I
part of the
imagine
final
after, yeah.
grind.
Okay. But I know the bitumen is still dangerous, like
Well,
it's
like
toxic in a
tarry
sense.
and, yeah.
Sludgy. It's
Yeah.
clearly making people sick.
Right. Okay. Okay.
You know, no respirators or anything back then.
Right. Well,
It was just making it
Have
hard
you-
to breathe.
have you
I
seen
breathe
enough
fine
out here?
without them.
I have, yes. Galela does not want to go to the tower, so I say we go to the tower.
She has no say right now.
These people are suffering. And
There's not much we can
this business is not helping them, benefiting them in any way. It is making it worse for them.
What would they do if he was not here?
They could do anything.
Like what? What are the
Live
jobs?
outside of sickness.
It's a job. Somebody has to do it. Right?
I do not believe they have free will to do what they wish to do.
Do you want to go inspect the fields?
You think they're being forced to work there?
I think so. I think the businesses are being controlled.
It's possible. I mean, he wields enough power and money to control the economy of this city.
I am not yet powerful enough to help many more people here. But perhaps we could do some good to help them. In the long term.
That's what we usually do when we come to town.
These are the stories that I once heard. Yes.
Get caught up in all this.
Many a story say about the champions of the sun helping people.
Yeah. We're just trying to get to France, man.
But nobody, as far as I'm aware, nobody here has directly asked us for help
Right.
or want our involvement.
Right.
And do we really want to make an enemy out of a guy like this?
No, I'm just saying.
We still don't know what he wants of us.
Yeah.
Right.
There is much to learn.
We could maybe check
About
the fields
the
out and
raccoons.
see what it is that they're actually harvesting. If it's normal peat or if there's something different about it.
We know that's where they collect the bitumen, the sludge from the swamps.
Yeah.
You can walk out there. I know you're very late on your feet. You can probably walk across the top. I don't want to go. I don't want to sink in that filth.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the fields that are being harvested and just see if if I'm Kip's familiar with peat. Is it normal peat? Is there something different about it? Is there other things that maybe could be, maybe to Kip's knowledge, toxic in some capacity? Not looking for anything particularly malicious, but maybe just unknown.
You venture forth from this small village. There are literally beggars clawing at you. They're not incredibly offensive. It's not like a mob around you, but there are beggars coming up to you, kind of reaching out as you go by, and whether or not you acknowledge them, you continue to move slowly along this raised terrain. On either side of you, there is what looks like a ditch, which is really a canal, but it's not as refined and defined as it is in the city, nor as it is closer to the city. You continue to make your way out. The cattails and the weeds of the swamp are sticking up high around you. And you see the workers out there in the drizzle and the rain, soaked, harvesting what looks like chunks of something coming from the earth. probably in the same area where that peat would come from. But this looks blacker, darker, thicker, and as it comes out, while it comes out in chunks, it is also a bit of an ooze to it. A very kind of slick and greasy look to it. They are partially covered with it, not completely, but you can see that some of them are soaked with it as they're actually standing in it, shoveling it into wooden wheelbarrows with wooden shovels and wooden spades. Those are making the way from those wooden wheelbarrows on over toward the raised road, slowly being pushed up onto the lip of the raised road and then loaded into larger carts to be hauled in toward the city.
I reach down, kind of take a little sample of it, see how it feels. Is it like an oily kind of substance, or is it thick like tar?
You bend down, you can feel the rain beating against the back of your head, gently beating against the back of your head. And it just gently, your head leaning down, kind of covers your hand reaching into this muck and mire for a brief moment. And you can see that it has a slight sheen on it, almost like a rainbow effect in it. And you dip your hands into it, and it's kind of greasy, and it sticks to your hands almost as you wipe it off. It still has like a slick feeling to your hands. And you wipe it on the grass, and you can see that it sticks to the weeds that you wipe it on.
So definitely more than peat.
Good for torches.
It's like asphalt.
Could be.
Basically what it is.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to be standing in this all day.
Is there any? There's nothing magical, or it doesn't look like there's any magical use, especially with the way they're transporting it or anything like that. It doesn't look like there's anybody using any sort of magic to transport it.
You don't see anything.
Just manual labor, just loading in the carts and pushing it.
You see lots of individuals out in the fields, men, women, some children, loading. They seem to be carefully loading like the best parts into these three-sided wheelbarrows with one wooden wheel up front and three wooden sides and two large wooden handles. And they slowly push it through the muck and mire to the edge of the roadway and then push it up onto the roadway, or somebody alternatively pulls it up onto the roadway so that it doesn't spill out the back of it. And then they transfer it as methodically and just sheer physical labor, scooping it out of the wagons and into a larger wagon. Occasionally a couple men come up or women come up and they pick up the wheelbarrow, and you can see them try and dump it to minimize their workload.
I wanted to take a look around. Is there anybody besides the workers? Are there any like guards or any soldiers around?
Nope.
Okay.
You don't see any. You look around and you just see the individuals out there in the field working. The individuals managing the carts look like peasants themselves. They look over at you. You guys do stand out a bit. You don't look like peasants. In particular, are you wearing your armor? Then you definitely stand out. Mattias, are you wearing your armor?
Not at the moment. I think I'd be in my ordinary clothes if we're just walking around.
But even in your ordinary clothes, you probably stand out a bit against
How much they get paid?
I'm in my fancy clothes.
Do you remember what time of day was this? It's after dinner, right? Was this
No.
No,
This was after
Slept,
breakfast.
And then it was the
Oh,
next
this is after
day.
breakfast,
It
right?
was after
I
breakfast.
knew we ate. Okay.
I imagine they're just working in like normal peasant attire, right? No,
Yes, they are.
Nothing that would appear to be any kind of protective attire, right?
No, there
Because they don't know
doesn't
any
appear to be any OSHA standards.
You guys in labor rights.
Not even
like it's the
gloves.
1300s. Get over it.
We're trying to help them. They,
This
we
is
got
the
rid-
way life is.
Go ask them if they want help.
they've
Oh,
probably,
yeah.
Have you been to the 1400s?
they might not even know they need help.
How would you know?
Yeah, that's just something we could bring up with Veritas.
This is the way things are.
It is, and maybe so. Maybe so.
There are owners of land and workers of land. That is the way it is.
It is the intent of the use of the bitumen that is the issue.
Well, you know, maybe if
I
they all
agree with
banded
that.
together.
That is. So the question is, where do you cut off the bitumen? Do you cut it off at the harvesting, or do you cut it off at the refinement, or the delivery? At some point, we will need to disrupt the flow of the bitumen. It's just a matter of where.
I think the harvesting would be the hardest part to eliminate.
Agreed.
Perhaps
We could just burn it all
I
down.
was just thinking that. I was
Just-
like, you could burn the whole field.
Thought it doesn't burn.
I mean, it would. I
Hot
think.
enough everything burns.
Hello, welcome to the party.
What's up?
Could try.
Hi.
Yeah, we're gonna go back inside the tower now.
Yeah, you said you didn't want to go to the tower, so we're gonna go back to
We
the
all
tower.
agreed. You've been outvoted. In fact, you're up first for dinner.
Yeah. You get the first meeting.
And
Yes.
now we're out in sticky, oily, gooey fields after we just took our bath and got our armor cleaned. So
Real smart.
Okay.
okay,
We head back to the tower.
Yeah, makes sense.
Are we staying in the tower?
Yeah, we want it.
I mean, we're guests. They've treated us well so far.
Yeah.
I
We
plan
will
on
not
going back
leave
to
you
the tower.
alone. We will protect you.
I have not had accommodations equal to my standing in quite some time. I'll be staying at the tower.
Never had accommodations equal to his standing
It's
ever.
pretty nice up there.
Welcome to the club.
I have learned in my
Look at my
many
little
years
coin
that
purse.
nothing is free. Nothing is ever free.
We will find out
We
what
shall.
his intent is.
We will find out. Sooner or later.
Let's go back to the tower. Or back into the village, at least.
Kip, you hear a voice in your head.
No, no.
The voice says, Kip, I hope you don't mind this intrusion. After you left, I found something from one of my many travels that may interest you. Please, come this afternoon if you are free.
Sounds like Veritas is his name? Right?
Yes,
Sounds
you
like
do
Veritas, yes.
recognize. You may respond in approximately 25 words or less, if you desire.
Gestures in my head right now. My name. This is
I was
Jester.
gonna start doing it to you. I'm gonna start counting. So all right, I'll do my best to count.
Yes. I will be there.
I look forward to meeting with you again. And the voice disappears from
Then
your
he
head.
says, "You wasted my spell slot for only 4 words."
Oh, he got in all his words. Hi, this is Jester.
You guys continue back toward the city.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
You slowly leave the swamp that you had crossed when you met the Baron.
Tom, but on the way back into the city as we're walking in, I'm gonna pull Zyman just back a little bit, and I'm gonna say, Veritas wants to see me at noon. I know you have plans with him at dinner time. This is not my custom. This is not my speed of things. Is there anything I should do or to prepare to meet with him, or I should ask or be on the lookout for, or how I should act?
I would say just be polite. He can probably tell you're a little rough around the edges. He won't hold it against you.
Is that an elf joke?
No,
Because my ears are pointy.
no, but I'd be sharp around the edges.
It's pointy. I think they're a little acute.
He seems to be a very well-traveled and well-adventured man. I'm
sure there's little you can do to offend him. But I would be on your guard. We don't know what his true aims are.
Yeah. That I can do. I just...
I have a feeling he may try to beguile us with treasures. Things that may try to persuade us to whatever course of action he wants from us.
Yes, but how far are we willing to haggle or bargain to get what we need from him?
It depends what the cost is. And what he is offering.
There's only really one thing we need from him for sure. Or at least how to get one.
Yeah, I don't know if he will part with that easily.
I don't know. If he only has one, I wouldn't imagine.
Especially since it's, what did he say, 4,000 years old?
I don't recall.
I think that's what he said.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Okay.
Hopefully, he has. They make little sausages and they wrap a little dough around them. Delicious.
It sounds good.
Yeah, but maybe I have those.
I never understood which fork.
It doesn't matter. You know, like I said, rough around the edges. It's okay. Use the spoon.
Okay. I could do that.
Are you guys coming, or are you staying out here all night?
Yes, we're coming.
You guys keep. Oops, sorry about that. You keep moving toward the city.
Did you just invent pigs in a blanket?
Yes. Yes, he did.
If we did, that would be quite an accomplishment.
We would relish this moment.
As you migrate through the swamp, it slowly becomes less swampy. The structures become more defined, become wooden houses, become stone houses with thatched roofs. And then eventually you come to the walls themselves. Everyone roll a perception check.
It's a natural one. For a 6.
Ooh, 23. So precise.
19.
18.
17.
Okay. Galela? Everybody but Galela. The rain is...
Oh, no. Not me.
I said everybody but... I'm sorry. Everybody but Kip and Galela.
Oh, got it.
Everybody but... I misspoke. Everybody but Kip and Galela. The rain... Well, for everybody. The rain is coming down, is drizzly. You're back on cobbled roads, so it washes the mud off of your boots. It's warm outside, but at the same time, the cold is kind of... The rain is kind of cutting through you and making you feel a little bit damp. Those of you who have hoods, you may have them up. Otherwise, your hair is starting to get pretty soaked as you're coming through. Most folks have their heads down and are plodding along toward the city gate. As you see the guards that you previously went up to before, they're checking people's tokens or collecting tolls. As you go up to show your tokens, plastered on the side of the wall of the toward the entrance to Amsterdam, on the city wall itself, there's all types of pamphlets and paraphernalia and posters and what have you. But those of you who rolled reasonably high, a poster or two posters kind of stick out instantaneously in your mind, and you see them right in front of you. And I'll just push one off to either side.
No.
Here.
Alleged murder. I'll immediately point this out to the people who haven't
And
noticed.
this is written
rip it right off the wall.
in German and Dutch.
Theatrical truth.
What?
Impersonating?
Impersonating? We are a theatrical troupe. No, I don't see this.
Alleged murder? Who did we kill? The criminals are potentially extremely dangerous. They have a terrifying wolf,
We killed the
ape,
witch.
and flying creatures with them. Approach with caution. 25
You go up and you tear these off the wall.
Arrest.
No one
I'm
even
good.
notices if you do.
25 gold. That's it.
I'm good.
Crazy.
That's not a lot.
Well, can't be us.
Mattias, you note a
George, on the
wanted
other hand,
poster
is
on the
pretty
wall.
terrifying.
Would you hand me that, please?
Yes.
Because he can't see
You want me
it.
to hold it? Oh, I can hold it up.
Okay, there you go.
He should be
Not
arrested.
even an
Well,
eight.
murder, arson,
25
no,
gold is like, is that per
seducing
person?
Senior
Oh,
citizen.
that's just
That
for
leads to our
information.
arrest.
Impersonating a theatrical troupe. Do you mind if I? Do you want me to just read
What
it
a
out loud?
load of
Is that
crap.
okay?
Sure.
No, I can read it.
Well,
No, I mean for viewers. Like
Sure.
viewers.
I don't object. Why would
It's
I?
not the first one we've
The
had.
criminals are potentially extremely dangerous.
monkey! He's at it again!
Hold on, just.
Freaking
Who
monkey man.
seduces an older person? And when did we impersonate an entertainer?
I may have let on an older man.
What?
They might have got that part right.
You were there.
But
I wasn't in the room with him.
to say we're murderers for killing a witch, that's a little ridiculous.
I mean, she was very popular.
That's what this is about.
What about all the people that worked for the
Oh,
witch? Is that considered
why
self-defense?
did I let you all convince me that we should just leave? We should have just we should have
Probably
stayed
they
behind
told
to
Castle
explain.
Doctor and they were defending their own home.
This is the most offensive. I liked your performance.
Thank you. I didn't think that it was impersonating. Well, we were a theatrical troupe. Like Ho is not terrifying. He's adorable.
Well, surely whoever comes to collect us, we can buy off.
I do not know these men.
You report us for the 25 gold.
I thought you guys were the champions of it.
So 25 gold is insulting.
No.
I need to talk to Veritas immediately.
What is the meaning of this? Not the thing. This.
All right, well,
Keep your eyes
what
out.
are we gonna do?
Well, you're about to pass through the guard's gates. They will recognize you.
Let them do
We
something
have the
about it.
tokens.
They've recognized us before. They know who we are.
25 gold for a guard is a lot of money.
Not-
Just saying.
I mean, not if we give him 30 gold.
If anything, we'll
You
just
like
point it
this,
right
yeah.
out to the guard. What is the meaning of this post? Who put these
Who
up?
hung this up?
Who put these up? Tell me
I demand
immediately.
answers.
Galena has a disguise kit.
That's a lot of work.
For all of us.
Outside the gates.
It seems convenient that he shall show up at this moment. Perhaps it's just the bargaining chip.
I would say it's a wee bit inconvenient.
Just maybe it's a bargaining chip from Draconis himself to get
Honestly.
us to do what he wants.
Honestly, with the charges they put on here, we can just say that it's all made up. This is crazy. Who would believe this? Maybe the murder part. But seducing a senior citizen and impersonating a theatrical troupe. Come on. Someone's trying to make up lies about us.
Well, I'm going inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You show your tokens as you
Yeah.
go by.
Yep.
The guards, it is pouring rain. Their hoods are down. They're just looking at your hands. They don't even seem to be looking at people's faces as they're coming in. They're just collecting gold as they need to, checking tokens as they need to. You enter the city. You're inside the city. It is still raining and drizzling.
I will keep an eye out for any of these posters and rip them down as I see them.
Yep, you have no problem finding a couple more, but it doesn't seem to be that many.
I'll let that be Georgie's job as we walk through town.
I guess I forgot about
Jumping
George.
from tree to tree.
You continue
Now.
through the busy streets of the city. Where are you going?
What time is it about?
It is probably about midday, approaching midday at this point.
Oh, I should
almost
part
lunch.
ways. Yeah,
Oh, I will go back to the tower with you. I could use a nice warm up.
yeah. I'm gonna go back to the tower. That's where I'm gonna head.
Kip and Zyman are heading back to the tower. Where are the rest of you going?
We'll go back to the tower as well. We'll go back to the tower.
Yes, I'm going to go back to the tower. This entire mess with the...
Not to the room. I'm gonna stay in the lobby area, I think.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see what comes in and comes out and see what the business is like. The order of operations of this place. Who's doing what people are coming and going, things like that. Just like interesting information to know about the operation that's going on.
Okay. You enter the rather, I don't think it's out right now, but you've got the general, oh yeah, it is. Okay. There is the giant lobby. You enter the palatial lobby through huge glass doors. And it is almost like a respite from everything going on outside. The rain and the chaos of what is going around the rest of the city seems to disappear as you enter this warm, comfortable surroundings, deep plush carpet, the distinct, over-the-top, perhaps, dragon motif, high ceilings, and the massive dragon statue standing. There's a warm fire putting off heat as you enter. Perhaps it might not be necessary on a dry day, but it's welcoming as you enter it. Otricart and Gruser are there, and Otricart sees you. The champions of the sun. So, how are you enjoying Amsterdam?
What is the meaning of this?
Take a look. What is it?
Who posted these?
Oh.
And why would they make such accusations about us?
And it's not even a good likeness either, is it?
I don't think so.
Atrocious. 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 We will send somebody around immediately to take them down. Absolutely. Would you like us to have somebody come by and do better pictures of you?
Is this your guards that put this up? Who would post these?
No, we're an independent organization. We don't have anything to do with the city. If anything, they tax too much.
Well, if anybody does come into the tower looking for us, you'll let us know?
Of course we'll let you know. But they know better than to come in here. The constabulary. We are very, very massive contributors toward the city. We've helped it to become as prosperous as it is. Do you think this tower built itself? No. A lot of people
thank you.
Became wealthy building it. A lot of people supported their families, took care of their little ones. And like you over there, Galela, they managed to get a good night's rest, as you would if you would stay in our tower. Well, welcome back. Grusa comes forward to you, Kip, and he says, Kip, I think Veritatis is really looking forward to meeting with you, if you have the time.
Yes, I was on my way to see him.
Well, that is most wonderful. Most wonderful. I greatly appreciate your doing so. For the rest of you, is there anything we can do for you? Otricart says, I'll take care of them if there's anything they need. Grocer, please accompany Kip to meet with Veritatis.
Keep one moment, please. Be mindful of your thoughts. While you are around Draconis.
Of my thoughts?
Your thoughts.
Oh, my thoughts. I don't know that there's much that he wouldn't be able to pick up. I will try.
Just keep thinking of pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
Pigs in a blanket, pigs in a blanket. Veritatis.
Destroy all the bitter meat.
If he ever says, that sounds delicious, you know what he's doing. Why am I so hungry?
Grusa takes you toward Veritatis' private elevator. The bellhop inside greets you with just a nod. He takes off of his chain his card and he slides it into a slot and punches in some numbers. You feel, as you have felt before, incredibly weak as you go up the stairs.
Yeah, resume position on the floor.
Grocer's like, I'm sorry you're going through this. I wish I could do something for you. Do you want to lean on me or something like that?
There, like the amulet that he wears. Do you have another one? Or
He genuinely looks somewhat perplexed by that.
Okay.
And as if...
I'm just rambling crazy thoughts.
Not that you're rambling crazy thoughts necessarily, but he just doesn't understand. The elevator music is piped in. The elevator, it's not, the box, if you will, that's moving. You can feel it moving slowly upward. You feel incredibly weak. You're on the floor. Don't worry, we'll be there. We'll be there shortly. The rest of you downstairs, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting in a lounge chair reading the paper.
You're watching the people.
Two holes poked through it to watch.
Galila, where are you?
I'm in the lobby.
You are in the lobby.
Galila, come sit. Relax. We have some time to kill. We can talk.
All right.
I'll see you guys in a couple hours. I'm going upstairs for a bath.
Very good.
You manage. You find your elevator. No problem. The bellhop punches in your number, your floor 80, and takes you up. Boulder, where is Boulder?
I'm gonna hang out in the lobby.
Okay. The three of you are in the... Mattias, where is Mattias?
I am, I'm staying relatively close by to the rest of the group as best I can.
Okay.
So lobby.
You're in the lobby.
I'm not sure where exactly.
Okay, well, Galila, I almost said Borinth. The Baron, all of them, and Balder are in the lobby. Zyman went up to your room on the 80th floor, and Kip is going to a meeting with Veritatis. Or he believes he is. Okay,
really
I'll assume you're in the lobby, unless you tell me. Okay, understood.
Just keep this elevator's going down. What?
But I've been so good.
That awkward stare as everyone looks forward in the elevator. As you're laying on the floor.
Yeah,
it's very comfortable on the floor. The carpet is thick. It's probably like an inch thick.
Yeah, I'm probably kneading it like
black
a cat would.
And blue.
Try to focus on whatever I can feel that is, trying to stay focused on a fixated point, like as though I'm trying to prevent vertigo, even though that's not exactly what I'm feeling.
Yeah, no, I get it. Exactly. I understand exactly. Would you pull the camera off of there, please? No, you didn't have to do that, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure that.
I got your thumb.
Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Is Lakoa with you?
He probably would be.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably would be.
Yeah.
And there's, where did I put my?
I'd imagine he's probably feeling similar effects in the elevator.
I see a magical creature.
He is, yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a simple direwolf or something like that.
No, since the revamp, he becomes a magical being.
Oh, wow, that puts a new spin on it.
Yeah, because he can be summoned and sent away.
So is he? Well, we're just going to go with that he's semi-natural for right now because I didn't think about that. Okay, anyway, he's there with you. Eventually, you manage to get up to the floor, and there you are. The doors open to, I think you were here once before. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Into his palatial office.
Yes, I was interested in his library when I came across it.
Yes.
You don't even know how to read.
It's not true.
Here we go.
This is much to my wife's
Oh, no.
chagrin.
Oh, there's that handsome man.
All right.
Vidal. I'm gonna have to go without the earpiece because I can't hear myself. You walk into the room. Hello! Kip! I am so glad you found time out of your busy day to come and meet with me. Oh! Yes, indeed.
Kip's gonna crawl out of the box and try to gain his footing.
Please. He comes over and he reaches out a hand.
I will take it.
Very delicately. And he lifts you up. And he feels a certain strength in his body as he lifts you up. Please, come in. Relax. Sit. The furniture is exquisite. It's gold silk. It looks like it's real gold silk.
Yeah.
Like if you were to tear it off, you would probably have a couple pounds of gold.
Okay.
Please, have a seat.
Yeah. Look at the ingrained lining of the furniture and kind of...
I can't thank you so much. What do you think of our surroundings?
I think they're magnificent.
And what about it is magnificent?
I've never seen such riches all in one place, such accomplishments.
Why, thank you. I think I told you I was once an adventurer myself.
Yes.
And I made a lot of wealth. I adventured with this one man named Iron Belch. He was an abhorrent creature. Dwarf. But he became immensely wealthy. It was a time when it was okay for the dwarves to walk among the humans. He became so immensely wealthy that he was going to be taxed into oblivion. So, he offered to build for the government a battleship. Not just a battleship, but a ship that could carry flying creatures. It was immense! Absolutely incredible. But it was really just a tax shelter.
He was smart.
Yes, he was. He was brilliant. And guess what he did next with it?
He sold it to the government.
He had saboteurs sink it in the harbor.
Ah.
Brilliant. Actually, quite brilliant. But I digress. You're probably wondering why. I wanted to meet with you with my hair in my face. May I probe your brain?
Define probe.
With my mind, may I? I don't want to intrude too deeply without your permission. So, no physical objects. I'm not going to pick up a table and shove it into your head or anything like that. No.
The moment that he says that, like, Kip actually has the look on his face like, can you do that? Can you actually do that? Pigs don't like it. Pigs don't like it. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
I'm always looking for knowledge.
I could just share it with you.
Tell me, if you would, please. Tell me your most horrific memories.
from Garen in Scotland. That's where I lived and grew up. That's where my people are. And I was happy there.
How happy were you?
Happier than all the wealth in this tower can provide someone who does not have it.
And what gave you that happiness?
A girl.
Yes. True love.
Yes. And that was all taken from me. Beasts, such that I have never seen. Bone and wings and just vile evil. They just ransacked the village, and I wasn't there. I wasn't there to help her. I wasn't there to save her or protect her, and her family, my friends, everyone taken.
I feel your pain.
I saw her die.
And how?
He starts to cry.
How did she die, Kip? Tell me. I want to feel.
Yeah.
Pain you feel.
Does Kip feel like compelled to keep talking, or?
He doesn't feel like he's being compelled to keep talking. So whether or not you are compelled is up to you.
Okay. I came home. I burst the door open, and it was there, hovering over her. And
What? What was it?
These creatures. This devil of bone and wings, and it had claws the size of knives.
An aberration.
Yes.
An abomination. Hideous. Hideous form.
Yes, you,
Loathed.
You called me an abomination once, and some people may see me as such, but they do not know what true abominations are until they see these things. Until they see the things that I have seen.
And what makes them more of an abomination than you?
They are made of pure evil. Hatred. They kill with no mercy. They take happiness from the world.
Roll a wisdom save.
Pigs in a blanket. Pigs in a blanket. Pigs in a blanket.
It's too late for that, man. I'm all in.
Save. 19.
You
uppercut.
Feel, you can tell that he's probing your mind. With his mind, you can feel that it's kind of penetrating into your thoughts, almost as if it's something like weaving in between the pieces of your brain. It's not painful or anything, but somehow you manage to push back on it. And he says, I'm so sorry. I couldn't. I crave that feelings, true feelings of pain, suffering. I haven't felt that. No, I'm so sorry.
I'll just kind of like shake it off a little bit and say, you mentioned that you found something that might be able to help me.
Yes. I was an abomination as well. So Kip, I like you. I respect your form, your desire to be in the world, despite the world's desire for you to not be in it. And yet you persevere, as you must. so high. I have a gift for you, if you will take it. Yes, it comes with no strings. I promise you. No strings.
What is
Well,
this gift?
Grocer, please. Grocer looks at Veritatis, and the look on Grocer is almost like surprise. Grocer's like, he goes, yes, Grocer. From my study, the black long case. Grocer looks at him and he says, my liege, are you sure? Yes, please, bring it forward. Grocer turns and walks. He'll be right back with it. I was once an abomination.
What kind of abomination?
It is too painful to talk about. Though I don't feel pain, so I wish that I could.
Were you a dragon?
No.
I'll just laugh with him.
Well, well, not so much. Wouldn't you like to know, though? Yes. Dragons have a certain respect for them. They still command respect to this day. No. I was a hideous form. And your pain, the pain that you feel, allows me to feel pain that I can't otherwise feel. But there is hope. There is hope. There's hope for you. There really is. Grocer comes forth and he hands this long case. It's a long, black, fine-tooled leather. It almost looks like the fine-tooled leather has small dragon scales along it. And he takes it and he hands it. He says, please, accept this gift. It is... There is a string attached, of course. But it is yours, even if you turn down my request.
I will take it. What is the request?
Please, go to Königsberg. Go to Königsberg. Experience it like I have not been able to. And then come back to me and tell me how you felt. What you feel. And that is all.
It will be painful.
So you've heard of Königsberg?
I have not. I'm just assuming that's what you want me to feel, so you may feel it.
I don't know that it will be painful. But I think there is hope there. That abominations can transform. Wouldn't you love to be something that is loved by everyone? To have that emotional connection, that tie to everyone.
With respect, no.
No.
I only yearn for that kind of love from one. And I'll picture her, and if he can see that, and he can see, I'll think about the moment when she died, that moment, the most painful, vulnerable moment that Kip has had.
So painful. Please. He reaches forward, and gently, you can stop him to put his hands on either side of your head.
I'll let him.
The pain you feel must have been incredible. I'm so sorry that you went through that. I am so incredibly sorry. Please. Take the gift.
He'll pull away. He's tears streaking down his face. And he'll look down at the leather and
It is a case.
Open the case.
Inside, you see a bow. A finely crafted bow. He says to you, as you know, I was an adventurer. But the bow, while I'm skilled with it, it wasn't my preferred means of participating in combat, shall we say.
It is not for everyone.
And so I came across this. And it seems like it is something that you might appreciate more. And thank you for indulging me to feel your feelings. And I hope you will, before you leave us, that you will indulge me again.
Yes, maybe next time I'll share my experience meeting Osman Ghazi. Have you heard of him?
I have indeed heard of Osman Ghazi.
Yes, that would...
Another abomination. But I fear not one that can be saved.
Right.
No. No! No!
This is a magnificent gift.
Well, it is not magical. I abhor magic. But it is made from, supposedly made from finely ground dragon scales, mixed with a resin. That makes it by a unique and very specific process that makes a finely crafted bow. So it is far superior to any bow that you might otherwise encounter. Far superior.
I am grateful.
Please promise me that you will go and you will return. There's no gaze. And if you break your promise, it's on you as a gentleman, as an abomination.
I will go.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing of your adventures. Grocer. looks somewhat stunned. Grocer looks somewhat stunned at the encounter that just occurred. Veritas stands up. Again, I'm so thrilled to have met with you.
The pleasure has been mine.
Greatly appreciate it. I look forward to meeting with each and every one of you, and hopefully you'll indulge my very innocent desire to feel what you feel, especially how heinous your form is.
And,
I know what that is like.
The pleasure has been mine. And, I greatly appreciate your hospitality. And your gift, I am speechless.
Is that what you're thinking?
That's what I'm saying.
But what are your surface thoughts?
Surface thoughts would probably be cringe when he calls me an abomination again.
Please, I'm so sorry if I've offended you. You know that he can.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Yeah, I will.
Forgive me.
Like, hard to control it, especially even maybe when I walked in the room, but like I'm engaged in what's happening, but I will look at the diamond in his chest. At some point I'll think about it. I'll think about the dragon flying around. And I will think about Draco Persini, the green dragon that I've met, that I can call upon if needed. But because I had this idea that he was a dragon. He was the black dragon. That was my thought process. So.
He doesn't respond. You know, without rolling an insight check, that he's probably picking up on that.
Yeah,
but he doesn't respond to
trying to fight it, but at the same time, it's just I can't help it. It's natural thoughts.
Okay. You, a flustered and somewhat bedazzled Grusa escorts you back. Well, where would you like to go?
If he can feel one more thing that I'm thinking, it's the elevator and what I feel. Or the box and what I feel as I reluctantly walk back into the elevator.
He says,
the box.
You hear in your head, I understand.
And I will sit down.
I am sorry. And you sense that it's genuine. But it may all be better when you go to Königsberg.
And I'll sit down on the elevator.
You go downstairs. A couple hours have passed. You rejoin the party in the extravagant lobby. You come out, you're tired. Grusa helps you up ever so gently. He says, let me help you to your party. Yes, indeed.
And I'll grab the long leather case and walk out.
You're back with Balder, Galela, the Baron, and Mattias. Zyman might or might not still be in his bathtub. In the gold-plated bathtub.
Kip, I'm glad you returned. Did everything go all right?
Yes, it was interesting. You were not wrong, Baron.
In what way?
He is very interested in reading my thoughts, learning about my past, and just getting to know a little bit about where I came from.
Did he say why? What was he looking for?
I think he feeds on emotion. And genuinely wants to relive his glory days in some capacity. It was strange, but I don't think he means us harm. I think he is interested in what he can gain from our experiences and our adventures. And in exchange, he's most generous.
What do you mean by feed and emotions? Did he feed energy from you?
How would you know? I mean, the box, that feeds on my energy. It is not the same. It is, he asked me to tell some stories, and I did. And I think he felt them.
Do you think he needed to feel your pain because he does not feel his own?
I don't know that it was just pain. I think he felt all of the emotions that I had while I was recollecting my stories. And maybe pain was what he was after, but I feel maybe he was interested in all the emotions.
Well, what did he give you? What is this?
Look at this. And I will show the case, and I will open it up, and this dark black bow, finely crafted, looks like maybe, the outside of a dragon scales all kind of refined and crafted into this bow.
Very impressive.
It definitely beats the yew wood of the bow that I have now. This is a nice gift.
It looks very expensive.
For a small price to pay.
What price was that?
Sharing the stories. Kip doesn't feel any different, right? That he can tell. It didn't
However
hurt.
you choose to have him feel.
Yeah.
Is that the only price he asked you to pay?
No. I no longer need to go to Switzerland, but do you know where Königsberg is? Have you heard of it, any of you?
Would I know where it is?
It's in Germany.
Yes.
Sounds
Okay.
You would.
It's here.
Okay.
Somewhere around.
It's in the Teutonic Order.
Okay, so it's like northern.
Oh, we gotta go
Oh, we
there.
gotta go there anyway.
Northern Germany, right?
It's northeast. It's
Northeast.
Which area?
Okay.
Königsberg.
Königsberg.
Königsberg. Again, Terra Mariana.
Is he speaking Italian?
It's in the
I thought it was in
lands
Germany.
of the ball.
What the?
Okay.
The ball.
Something with marinara sauce?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, but
And to do what?
he described it as he wanted me to experience it. But it sounds like there might be others like me there that might be in trouble. And
Well, we
he
do
wants-
know that the Teutons are destroying magical items
yeah, but
or people.
people is what I would wonder.
And he was searching pain from you. So perhaps he was trying to put you into an extremely painful situation.
That is what I had assumed, but he said he felt that there was going to be that there was hope, and I wonder if maybe he's feeling pain there and he wants me to experience it and be the hope.
Perhaps he wants to remove the magic from you, to no longer have you be what you are.
I did not get that impression. He
He's your bow
abhors
magical.
magic. He hates magic.
That is my point.
And yet, I walked out of there with a gift. I did not have to walk out of there. He can sap the magic from me in that box.
Can he?
That must be what it is.
Only temporarily. It does not change who you are.
If he wanted to do something to me, he had every right, every chance, every opportunity. Like Simon
He is
said.
a wealthy man. He has many of these boxes with items in them to give away.
Yes, probably. And is it so wrong for me to want to be better and stronger for the fight that is to come?
It is not wrong. That is a decision for you to make.
Yes.
We are not to judge, but the reasons behind it.
There are prices, as with anything, and I felt this was a small price. But, you know, maybe your price will be too high.
We are going to Königsberg anyway.
Yes, I did say I would go. I did not say that I would return, but depending on what we see, I shall make that decision.
We must deconstruct this man to understand what he is after.
I think
so we must ask the difficult questions.
And I think after more people, maybe especially Simon, meet with him, we can uncover and learn more than just my visit.
At that moment, I come out of the box and I have a sword plate in my hand. And I grab a sausage wrapped in bread off of it. Look what I found!
This is the famous
believe
sausage
Simon
and
has already
bread.
been bought.
I will welcome the distraction.
Oh, sure.
And grab some food.
Baron!
No. No, thank you.
It is not red. Is it red?
They're so good.
It
Matthias!
is outside my fasting
Sausage
window.
and wrapped in bread? It's delicious. It's very good. Try just one.
What is it exactly again?
It's a sausage wrapped in bread. The little dough is cooked all together. Mwah, delicious.
It's a pig in a blanket.
Just one.
Try one.
Just like Papa used to make.
What are you guys
I
talking
do not
about
trust
down here?
the innovations that have come out of this house, out of this organization, out of our little order of late.
Are you going to meet Draconis now?
Dinner's not for a couple hours. How was lunch? What did he serve?
Are you speaking to me?
I did not eat.
No, to Simon.
Or I did not eat.
He invited you to lunch but did not feed you?
He did not invite me to lunch. He invited me to see him around lunchtime.
I have an interesting question.
Very
Do
poor
you
etiquette.
think he may be a prisoner in his own tower?
That is possible. This could be a prison for him.
Did you ask him why he wanted to feel? Could he not
In
feel for
hindsight,
himself?
that is a good question, but it was in the moment it did not come.
You should ask him when you see him.
If I see him.
It, you know, maybe there is something vile there or evil, but I found it rather therapeutic, to be honest. I won't lie. It was not forced of me to share my stories. He asked and I told. That is all.
Shame on your friends for not asking in the past. Shame on all of you.
I've only known him like a month and a half.
I'm confused.
It is a sausage wrapped a piece of bread.
in a croissant.
What is so confusing about this?
Delicious.
It's good.
I am confused about what is he is so offended by us not asking about.
His feelings. was joking.
Oh.
I said, why did shame on your friends for not asking you about your feelings earlier?
I had to confide in somebody that sucks the life out of me.
Nobody's ever asked me before.
Of course, I
always help everybody else. Nobody ever asks me if I need help.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm here.
And I will, I'll sit down and I'll just examine the bow.
Awesome stuff.
Well done.
Awesome stuff. Awesome. A short while passes. Ochakart comes over. How was your meeting with Veritatis? Was it as delightful as it should have been?
Yes, even more so.
Is that what you're thinking?
No, I am thinking, it was interesting. Delightful's not quite the word I would use, but...
I hope it, he says, I hope it was more than interesting.
Yes. Oh, definitely more.
Kill them all. Yes. I'm so glad. Some of you asked, there is a lull because of the rain, but it's always raining, isn't it, here in Amsterdam? Some of you asked for a tour of the bitumen refinery. Would you like to do that?
Oh, indeed.
Very much.
Of course.
So, yes.
Do I have time before?
Yes, and I've made I believe Grocer has made arrangements for you. You wanted a restaurant to go to, the rest of you. If you're still available, Veritatis would like to meet with you for dinner. And I believe he has a very fine dinner planned as well.
I shall hope so.
I
heard Kip was not provided any
Oh!
kind of sustenance while he was there.
Oh my gosh!
It's okay.
let it happen again.
After I travel in that box, eating is
Shall
not...
we get you some food first?
Before the restaurant.
we
Food
can eat now if you want
before,
food before tour. Tour and then food?
That's okay. I don't need it.
If you're all right, we'll just go.
Well, we can go.
Okay, but I believe he has... Grocer has set you up with a terrific restaurant. It's relatively new in town. It's called, Forgetage de Power. Forgetage de Power.
Sounds good.
Yes. Forgetage de Power. Yes. It's a fine establishment that pretends to be a poor tavern. So you get to pretend to be like poor people. Isn't that marvelous?
Gonna miss that?
It's marvelous. What a brilliant idea. But don't worry, all of the utensils and everything else is very clean. Yes, it's very, very clean.
I don't know. I think I prefer to pretend to be rich people.
Well, this is, the food is, well, it's peasant food. It's done to a very high standard, so I'm told. I haven't been, but perhaps you can tell me about it. And if it's awful, just leave. Just leave.
I'm sure we'll enjoy it.
Very well. Very well, then. And then please, accompany me outside, and we will continue on our way toward the bitumen refinery, if you will. You accompany him outside?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Matthias, you as well?
Yes.
Okay. You guys venture outside. Let's go ahead and shift.
25 guards standing outside the tower. Champions of the sun.
I'm not going to put all of the minis on. There we go. We'll start there. Bear with me 1 second. You are watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven-Sided Die, and the party is in the city of a fantasy version of the city of Amsterdam, and we will be right back. Woo.
My name is Jumnus Dawnflower. I used to be a merchant sailor until I was shipwrecked on a strange island and killed in a sacrificial blood ritual. In the moment between life and death, an otherworldly goddess of light came to me, offering me a second chance at life if I swore to enact her will upon the world. Now I travel with the champions of the sun, looking to right wrongs, vanquish evil, and earn the new life I've been given.
Aha! Hello, friends! You can call me Louvier Moreau. I come from the beautiful country of France, of course! Traveling as a salesman, banished from my home, where by the hand of my twisted sister, my father was killed, and I was implicated. Mon Dieu, how low I've come. But in that low I found the champions of the sun. Although they may not smell like sweet wine, they are honorable. Mostly.
My name is Virexin. I am a monk who was exiled into Greece after fleeing my homeland. I was sent on a quest via a dream I received. I went in search of great heroes I saw in the dream to help stop some monstrosity from wreaking havoc across the world. I found those heroes in the champions of the sun. Now I strive to gain their trust so they can one day help me defeat the vile beast that threatens everything.
I'm Aldrich, and while I grew up an urchin in the narrow confines of Venice, I never seemed to fit in there. Except for this music box, my past is hidden to me. Now north of the Alps, I feel I'm closer to home, wherever that might be. Near the Untersberg mountain, I discovered these intrepid adventurers. Though they're blazing a dangerous path, perhaps they might help me discover who I really am.
I am Mikolash, a monk from Romania, and sometimes too curious for my own good. My scars tell only part of the tale. Having witnessed cannibalism in my village, as a child I fled, never to return. On my own, I stole from others to survive. A monk caught me and offered me a better way, but I abused their kindness. Now I walk alongside the champions of the sun. Will they be my own undoing? Or have I finally found the path I was meant for?
I am Borinth, the cave bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger. And with the champions of the sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven-Sided Die, and we rejoin the party about to go on a tour. Welcome back. He escorts you out into the rain. It's still drizzling, coming down. There's a fog lying in between the tall building streets. And you make your way toward the bitumen factory. You come upon it from this end over here. And coming up upon it, you see the large, wide walls with a tower at either end, and then two towers on either side of a huge gate. Coming in and out of the gate, there are some of the carts that you recognize from the swamp where you saw bitumen being harvested and being brought in. The peasants bring it in. As they go through the gates, you can see off to one side, there appears to be somebody taking vestige, if you will, taking consideration of the cargo, and then paying the peasants for what they bring in. And then the cart continues in. Very occasionally you see one turned around. Ochakart escorts you in through the gates, and he goes, "Oh, please, 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 let's go into the office first." And he escorts you through the courtyard. You see a cobbled area with, off to one side, you see your cart. Off to one side, safely secured inside the walls.
It is the ultra cart.
With some of the horses. It has a covering over it, but it's distinctly yours. Rest assured, we put a coat of wood oil on everything to preserve it. So it's in the best of condition. Nothing's been touched inside, I promise you. And we may even have some things, I'm sure Veritatis may even have some additional supplies, if you so desire.
Of course.
To help supplant your endeavor.
Very generous, thank you.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
What happened to the horses?
Oh, they're here.
Oh,
They're
okay.
here. Yes, indeed. They're still here.
I think our meals have been made out of.
No, please, come inside.
I definitely miss all my alchemist kits.
He escorts you into what is clearly an office, almost like a waiting area at first. He escorts you in there, and you can see, this is where we greet those of the peasantry that have expanded their operations to perhaps bring in larger supplies and to bring in more voluminous material as needed. And please, if you have any questions at all.
Yes, I do.
Yes, by all means.
So
Forgive me.
We ventured out and saw some of the workers in your fields.
Yes.
Very interesting operation, but I couldn't help but notice.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, yeah. But I'm thinking what I'm about to say, which is like, I noticed the health of the workers. And I can't help but wonder if it's related to the work that they do. And they might not realize, but it might be unhealthy for them to work all day in those fields without any sort of, protection. Maybe extra
this again. You
leather
saw them
and
getting paid at the gates.
Yeah, don't mind him. Like some sort of protection, or like a leather or some kind of material that can help them while they're working.
That is a marvelous idea. That is, I don't know why no one else has thought about that.
I just think it can improve the health and maybe efficiency of your people.
Well, they're not. They're all independent contractors, if you will.
I see.
But yes, I mean, we want the material. Veritatis needs the material. So yes, that's a very very valid point. And I hear you as well, Simon. Yeah, there's...
If they want more protection, they are being paid. They can afford to buy
Yes,
it for
and we
themselves.
have brought wealth and prosperity to this city, where it did not exist before.
Yes, but, maybe it should be advised, or maybe...
That's a very good idea.
A
There's a
stipend.
balance to be struck between the two.
They might not know. Yes, for additional protective gear.
Of course, we could always take it out of what we pay them, too, as well, right?
As an option. Who am I to say
But then they
good
wouldn't-
business practices?
But then they wouldn't be independent contractors. Surely you must have top earners who are very good at
Oh,
what
of
they
course
do.
we do, and that's why we greet them here. They tend to...
Just a recommendation.
Those top earners, I don't think they're out in the fields themselves. They harness those who are in the fields, and they purchase the carts and the wheelbarrows and the shovels.
It goes much deeper than just
It's a
being under
whole
his payroll.
impressive operation. Just, there just seems more people that are healthier, the more return.
That's definitely worth looking into. I can absolutely see your point. Absolutely. Please follow me. He escorts you into another room. You see
Did not go that far.
multiple bookworms scrounging away at desks and ledgers. A la Deb sitting there crunching numbers for someone else. This is clearly the room you're in. Is an accounting room.
Yep.
And he goes, this looks rather mundane. But this is the heart and soul. You see them kind of snicker around the room. Heart and soul of the operation. I mean, if it wasn't profitable and we couldn't document the money coming in and the money going out, then, well, this operation wouldn't exist. So, again, if you have any questions.
Can I ask about your profits?
Well, I mean, you see Dracoon's term. But the profits are much bigger than that.
As far as what
Veritatis.
you pay per wheelbarrow to what it generates you.
He turns to one of the accountants in the room, and she says, we're hovering around 59-60% profit.
Yeah. Fair.
Who is your biggest buyer?
Oh, beyond a doubt, the Teutons. I mean, they're almost exclusive buyers. Veritatis has other businesses, but for this business...
What do they use it for?
I believe they use it as like a fuel of some sort.
Interesting.
Yes, I believe
Sounds
so.
like they're selling it too cheap. The Teutons are extremely wealthy and sure would pay double.
We can lower your costs.
60%
Increase
is
your...
not a lot. 160 is where you want to be at.
Well, I mean, I believe Veritatis values what they're doing as well. So it's a mutual exchange, if you will. That makes sense.
It does, unfortunately.
Yes, it is mutual. He escorts you into the next room.
They must have something on him.
Hmm?
The more he insists that everything is above board, the less I believe it.
Who, Ultracar?
No,
Or Ghost?
Veritas. The Teutons must have something on him. Because for a businessman like him not to want pure profit is the most alarming thing to me.
Unless it's all like one conspiracy that they're joined in
They're
together.
just meant to dispel magic.
He just wants to rid the world of magic.
Who cares about that
He's
cause?
fueling that.
Yeah.
Well, lead on.
Yes, by all means.
Any cats?
Yes, as a matter of fact, as you step out into the warehouse, as you step out into the factory floor, you see there are cats walking around all over the place. Gobs of them. I just throw them out all over the map.
But are there workers as well?
Yes, there are. Yeah, I didn't want to put out gobs. You see, literally gobs.
I scratched like good behind the ears.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I don't have any cat sounds. As you walk out onto the bitumen refinery floor, you step into a huge stone room. The ceiling is probably 20, maybe 30 feet high. It's kind of hard to tell. There's a smoke in here that, despite having smokestacks that you've seen, that is emanating from the far end of this large apparatus. Throughout the room are barrels, just gobs and gobs and gobs of barrels. Some of them are clearly empty, and others you can tell are being filled and then being moved to outside. Or being moved, there's a large crane in the center of the room that lowers the barrels down below. He brings you out. This is where the business end of the business takes place. You see workers moving about, cats all over the place. The cats seem to be avoiding the workers, and the workers seem to be avoiding the cats.
Can I see the substance in the barrels? What does it in any one of them? Like, what does it look like?
Do you want to see some? He says. He says, do you want to see some of refined bitumen?
Of course.
He takes you over toward the large apparatus. As you get close to it, you feel incredibly weak, even more weak than you felt before.
To the refined bitumen.
As you get closer to the large apparatus, as he
the apparatus
walks
itself
over toward the large apparatus,
I will stop.
Your hammer feels heavy. Mattias, if you were wearing your armor, you were not wearing your armor pops back on. And he says, here. He walks over to a worker and nods to open. He takes you over toward where this large spigot-like funnel, almost like just a massive bathtub spigot, filling up drums. And there's a handle that they open to turn it on and turn it back off again, and open it. And you look inside, and you go up and you look at it.
Yeah.
It is a fine, clear, perhaps slightly yellowish liquid, but it is incredibly odoriferous. It just strikes you this strong smell that you have not smelt before. It is acrid. At the same time, it kind of burns your nose hairs. Not really burns your nose hairs, but kind of feels like it's burning the inside of your nostrils. And he nods to the worker who closes it, and he goes, it will only have that effect upon you right here. Once it's ready for transport, it should be fine.
Was it like the texture?
You stick your fingers in it?
No.
It looks like a liquid, perhaps slightly more viscous, slightly thicker than water, but not that much more. And he goes,
is it the same color as the cats? Or are the cats all different colors?
You look around, the cats are all different colors. They're all different colors. Calico, black, gray, tabby. All different colored cats wandering around. And he goes, from here, the barrels are shipped via our private shipping. I can't take you down there. I hope you understand, for security reasons.
Have the cats always been here, or?
No, we've brought them in.
Why?
Well, we love cats. They're just adorable. He reaches down to pet one. It looks at him kind of strangely, looks over at you, kind of awkwardly, and then it comes up to him and he scratches it. He goes, isn't it absolutely adorable? We don't. He picks it up.
Weird.
It doesn't seem to like being picked up. And He says, you don't believe me. Go ahead and pet it. And this cat kind of looks at you, kind of just stares straight at you.
With human eyes.
I put my hand out. See if it'll sniff my hand voluntarily first.
If it'll what?
Sniff my hand voluntarily.
It doesn't
first.
seem to do so. And you notice, roll me a perception check.
Okay, that was better than last time. Perception's pretty good. 20.
20. You see him kind of like gently push the back of the cat's head toward your hand. Like this, like he's petting it. Like he's trying to hide that he's petting it. And the cat, and then the cat licks your hand. And he goes, see, aren't they adorable? They're just so cute. These little cats. You must love them. Well, you've seen our bitumen factory. What are your refinery? Perfectly harmless.
I will mosey, like,
Quite the
while they're
operation you
talking
have
to
here.
him, I'll kind of, like, mosey away
Don't
from
be
him a
careful.
little bit,
By all means, be careful
without
though.
trying to be, like, too noticed, and I will, like, go to where there is a cat.
Okay. Where there is a cat or is
Yeah,
not?
where the cat's, where I could get closer to a cat.
Okay.
And see, I'll have, like, a friendly, relaxed demeanor about myself towards the cat. And, see if it will come to me, kind of like.
It doesn't seem to. It just kind of stares at you.
I don't think it's a little unsafe to have this many cats in a warehouse.
No.
You
They're
can't have them
pretty
in the
harmless.
tower if you like them so much.
That's not a bad idea.
It's just strange.
So what
Well,
gets
no, he
added
bought
to
them
the
all. Here.
unrefined
That's
bitumen? Is there
Yeah, he says he
a
wants them
process
here.
that takes place?
Oh, it's a very convoluted process. He starts pointing out some of the apparatus where the
a scientist, I
raw
would like to
bitumen. You can see a huge furnace that is attached to what appears to be a giant cauldron that basically appears to like cook off parts of the sludge and then turn it, and it goes through several pipes, through several different apparatus, and he tries to explain it, but clearly he's not. You know, I'm not an engineer. I don't operate these things, but yes, this is the apparatus that makes that refines the bitumen and turns it into this.
I'm thinking
liquid gold.
I'm thinking, what does this guy actually do around here then? Like, that's what Baron is thinking. What is this? What good is this guy? What does he actually even do around here anymore? And then I'm gonna say, does the machine itself run off of the refined bitumen?
No, the machine runs off of, and he reaches over and he picks up a piece of something. Off of this black rock, otherwise useless.
Would I recognize the rock? Would I know what the rock might be?
Roll me an investigation check.
15.
For 15. You've seen it before. It comes from deep in the earth. But it's almost, in this day and age, a useless product because people don't know how to use it.
Is this what the people recognizes? This is actually what the people were mining, or
No.
Oh, it's a separate.
He said, "This we bring this in from
It's
someplace."
I'm thinking it's basalt. Is what I think it is. Like
it's not. It's probably.
What?
But
Coal.
you wouldn't know it was
Yeah.
coal because
Oh,
coal wasn't a product.
Okay. But that's what they're using to fuel it. Okay. So how do you control the refined bitumen? How do you reduce the magic impact on the bitumen to keep it stable?
Magic in the world keeps it stable by itself. It's only when you remove the magic that it becomes unstable.
So then, why do you dispel the magic around this device?
Well, that's... In order for the device to work, there can't be any magic there. This, he picks up this black coal, this is worthless where there is magic. He points at the bitumen, the refined bitumen. He says, this is worthless where there is magic. Well, mostly worthless.
So...
But it has tremendous opportunities elsewhere.
It absorbs the magic. It holds it in. It draws it out of
Does
objects.
it have multiple uses?
Yeah. I assume the Teutons use it for different things. I believe so. I've never been there myself.
Sounds like
I
a
hope to
terrible
go
place.
someplace. Why do you say that?
No magic?
But everyone's equal. There are no...
But if you have access to this,
Yes.
is the playing field really equal? This is
And there's no
very
such thing as
expensive and
everyone's
very
equal.
difficult to get.
Well, I meant more equal.
You remove magic and people will find another way to lord over other people. It never changes.
Perhaps.
Will those who only rely on magic against someone with bitumen, how is that equal? The one without the magic then at that point.
You debate things, perhaps Veritatis, when he meets with you. You could debate that with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would love to hear your thoughts on that. Those are brilliant questions you ask. You're asking questions of morality and social structures and what have you, and way above my pay grade. But brilliant. If there's nothing else I can show you, it's getting fairly close to dinner time. You must be getting very, very hungry.
Sure.
Yes. I want to get away from this apparatus.
I assume you stayed as far back as you possibly could.
Yes, I would have.
Okay.
I'm looking for any other entrances or exits. Just as we walk around. Because I know we came in through the office and through the accounting area, and then I'm guessing we came in through here, right? This was the accounting office?
Yep, you came in through there. Well, you came. He brought you in here. He brought you in through here, and then he brought you back out
through there, through the main doors.
And then he brought you around in here to the extent that you wanted to go around. And you see this door over here. You see a large set of double doors. They seem to be very, very heavy doors.
Okay.
You see a large set of double doors over here. Very, very heavy
that's
doors.
the pit down, and that's to the lower
You see very,
level.
very large, heavy doors here. And there's a pit down below with doors over it as well.
There's a stairway going up.
And there is a stairway. It appears to be going down.
Oh, down. Oh, down to the lower level for...
Down to the lower level.
Okay.
The walls for a warehouse structure seem unusually thick. The doors seem unusually thick.
I don't know what I would draw from that, but I note it.
It's either heavier protection or from in or out.
Have you ever had an accident?
Well...
Where's the little board? Zero.
Looking for the dates since
3
your last
days.
accident.
I mean, it is a factory. There are always, minor accidents here and there. And we've learned from them, of course.
What kind of lessons have you learned?
Well, I mean,
what is the biggest risk in an operation like this?
I'd rather not say. I mean, just suffice to say that it's not good. Not good at all.
Experience with this.
We've seen it firsthand. It's quite a big explosion.
Oh, so you've seen
Decimated a quarter of an entire town.
Speaking of Munich, I guess. Yes, terrible tragedy.
In Munich, it was refined.
Well, yeah, I assume the only danger in this warehouse is at this machine, where there's no magic.
Yes, so that's why
I assume this is where
think
something can go wrong.
someone told you. I believe that, or Veritatis told you. That's why we believe that was sabotage in Munich.
Seeing the operation, I can kind of assume, somebody must have somehow removed the magic from that stuff to make it explode.
Yes, not... You know, when somebody becomes as wealthy as Veritatis, even as philanthropic as they are, they invariably develop some enemies here and there. So, I mean, it's to be expected, I guess.
Is there any specific enemies?
Well, I mean,
maybe we know them. Maybe we fought them before.
Maybe some competition.
Well, we don't need to talk that kind of shop here. You're about to have a wonderful meal, pretending to be peasants. Doesn't that sound grand?
Can we just go back to the place we went to last night?
I mean, you brought it up. We can always help him with his issues.
I'm sure he will discuss with each of you how you can help him and how he can help you, I'm sure. I mean, he's a very,
I keep hearing about
gregarious
this.
individual.
I look forward to this conversation.
Of course. Is that what you're thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. He escorts you out. Do you follow him out? He says your card is here when you're ready for it, by the way.
Thank you.
I'll trail behind, and as we go, I'm gonna put my hand up to my face a little, like I'm scratching my cheek or something, to the wire that I have embedded in my cloak, and I cast a message to one of the cats.
To one of the cats?
And I say, meow, hello.
Hello?
You're a cat, right?
I'm sorry?
I'll say you are a cat.
I was waiting for you to do it.
I didn't even think
Yeah?
about it. Why didn't we say it? I can still do it. What are you?
Are you
Why do you like vitamins
okay?
so much?
Oh, you already used it.
You got him good. He's going deep.
Oh man, your brain's about to hit your head. Just...
Oh no!
Like in the boys.
A failsafe if anyone attacks to the cat.
The cat explodes.
I didn't think anybody would try this.
I'll watch the expression of the cat to see if
The cat turns to you and kind of its haunches rise up. And it doesn't arch its back. Its back almost awkwardly goes very, very straight. Almost like a 45-degree angle. As if it's slowly getting larger. But it doesn't get larger. And its eyes almost seem to become crossed. Almost as if its eyes are coming together. And then it just turns and it darts off.
Alright. I still don't like these cats.
Okay.
Totally cool.
Should I try to talk to him?
Go ahead.
I don't know if I can. Have we had a long rest? We have, haven't we?
Yes, you have.
It's not a spell.
Can you talk to cats, or
I
can you
just,
only
like,
talk to
No,
like
I
Coke?
go
I
to
can speak with
Kip,
animals, but
they're not
and
animals.
I just whisper. I don't.
They're probably
that they're actual animals. Like, yeah, all right, I will try.
No,
But they're-
but try. I think they are beasts of some sort. I think this is the protection.
I think while they're messing around with that, I'll distract him and I'll say, "Show me this money room again. I love gold."
Oh, please, I don't want any of you to get injured. Let's stay together. He's not paying attention to them. And he goes, you are that. It's fine looking armor you're wearing.
Thank you very much.
Very, very impressive. I bet you Veritatis would love it. As well as yours, Matthias.
On the front.
Oh, it's back off again, I'm assuming. Well, you had it on there for a brief moment.
No, he's saying the armor.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Nice armor.
Nice armor.
Yeah, your armor's back.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the tower. You have a meeting to make. I do not believe there's more to be found here.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, if I'm able to.
Sure. I mean, I assume you're trying to do so subtly.
Yes.
What? No, help me out. What's the? Is it verbal, somatic, material?
Verbal somatic.
Okay, so tell me what you're doing.
So I will. If this presents itself, this is what I'll do. If there's a cat relatively in the near vicinity, I'll do the standard, drop down and. Pss, 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 pss. But while I'm doing the, pss, 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 that's my motion. And then I will, in between breaths of pss, 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 I will say the verbal command to trigger the spell. I'm beckoning it towards
you.
me.
You get down and you lower yourself.
Yeah, like Koa will sit there. I'll have my hand on his barding and just be like, "Dude, it's okay, it's okay,"
And you can't hide the verbal components and whisper them, but there's enough noise echoing throughout the factory of the workers talking with one another, the occasional meows, even louder than what it would be uncomfortable to game with the noise level that you would hear that's going on in here between the furnace and the banging and the compressing and what have you. And you speak the words and create the weave, and the cat that's looking at you sees you doing this and hears you doing it, and it slowly rises up and its back becomes very straight, not arched like a cat.
Right.
And its eyes almost start to come together, and it's staring very intently at you. And then another cat runs up to it and bumps into it, and the two of them take off.
Oh, no, they're very jumpy cats.
He goes, "Where is your friend?" "Oh, there you are, Kip. Is everything all right?"
Everything's wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. Please, let us get back. Dinner is beckoning for you. I'm sure it will be absolutely amazing at this point.
Exactly.
You guys head out?
Yep.
You head out into the rain and the dreary weather at this point.
Let's pretend to be poor people for a day.
Do we have to pretend we are poor people?
Speak for yourself.
I am.
We are not poor.
As long as I am here, we are not poor.
We have more money than most cities.
It is different to have coin in somebody else's purse and coin in your own purse.
It's okay. You just ask Baldur. He pays for everything.
Let him talk about his feelings.
He enjoys it.
100 for you. Honestly, it's too heavy at this point. I'm happy to share it a little.
You venture back. It is raining.
I'm actually putting that on.
No, yeah, I definitely, I'll minus it. I definitely gave it to you guys.
It is raining. It is dreary. It is Amsterdam. The streets are wet and slick. You quickly make your way back to Dracunis Term, and you're back inside the elegant
100.
lobby.
I cast press the digitation to drown myself off. It works?
Absolutely it worked.
Okay.
Absolutely it worked.
All right.
So you're in the tower. Grocer sees you come in, and he goes, "You're still meeting with Veritatis, yes?"
As long as there's food.
Oh, yes, I believe he has an excellent dinner prepared. And I know that he mentioned something about going into his library.
I should hope so.
He would think that you would want to peruse it. I'll be right with you. For the rest of you, so, Otricart is going to escort you. You will, sir, correct? Yes, of course I will. Otricart is going to escort you to a very fine restaurant that we've arranged specially for you. Forgetage to power. It is absolutely delightful. I hope it's on here. Maybe it's on here. I don't know if it's on here. Tom may have forgotten to put it there. You go? Yes? No?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you venture out into the streets.
Oh, before you're not coming with us, right?
No.
Before we part, if you have time, a question I meant to ask but didn't was, what is the name of the dragon? I would like to know that if I could. If you can't, I'll ask these other the other meetings. But
There are no such
Yes,
things
there is.
as red
Yeah,
dragons.
I know, red
Is a thing.
Enough with the red dragons.
There are
There
no red
is.
dragons.
We
are
very
black,
educated, man.
White, green.
Us three have seen.
These are dragons. Red? No.
No, there is a red.
There is no red.
There is. I died.
You are wrong.
Anyway, that's what I'll say before I part from Simon, and then we'll call him.
Okay. Otricart escorts you out, down through the streets. I'll just leave it on this for right now. He takes you down through several alleyways, and you come to this small hole in the wall restaurant where you have to step down into it. And you step down into this warm, inviting restaurant. And there where is it, Tom? There you step into this absolutely picturesque room that looks like almost like a Walt Disney version
That's what I'm picturing.
Like 3 broomsticks in
of a Walt Disney version of a tavern. And the waiter and waitress
All the good memories of a tavern. Nothing-
step forward and greet you. And I don't know where it is. There, we'll use that. Good. They step forward and greet you, and they're welcome to. Even I forgot the name of it. Forgetage de Bauer.
Yes, Forgetage de Bauer.
They take you in. There are large wooden tables, but instead of being rough-hewn, they're perfectly polished. They're like they were rough-hewn at one point, but no longer rough-hewn. There are chairs around them, and the chairs have comfortable padding upon it. And then, please have a seat in front of you.
Thank you.
The waiter comes along and puts down a serving dish, puts out a napkin, a starched white napkin, and iron utensils. They're black iron, but they look impeccably clean. And he goes, we have a fine menu for you. Do you trust us with it?
Oh, yes. Yes, your selection.
Oh, excellent. First, out comes these large pitchers of and equally large wooden mugs. In the pitchers is a thick foam with a hearty, thick ale. and he goes around and he pours it for each of you in these wooden mugs. These wooden mugs look almost picturesque, like you would buy them in a shop as you were leaving some ride at Walt Disney World. Like, kind of like this. It looks like too perfect, if you will. And you try it.
Nice. Of course.
You try it, and it is excellent. I mean, it is thick and chewy, but it goes down smooth. And he says, they start to bring out, two waitresses bring out large wooden trays, smoothly polished wooden trays with big chunks of bread, a black bread and a brown rye bread. And it's almost like somebody took the delicate time to carve little scenes in the top of the bread before they put it into the oven. And then there's a big bowl filled with fresh butter on the side of it. You try it.
Do we recognize any of the scenes carved into the bread?
No, but good.
This looks like the time.
You taste it. Yeah. You taste it.
Why are all these villagers crying?
And the bread is sweet and flavorful and fresh. And the butter, it's like somebody had mixed cinnamon and salt into the butter, sea salt. And it spreads on smoothly and it's simply delicious. Back with Simon.
Amazing.
Huh?
Amazing.
Back with
Best pub I've ever been to.
Already, just from the bread.
It's all about the bread.
Back with Simon.
That's how you know it's going to be good.
Let's see.
Where are we here?
Don't fill up on the bread.
Me fill up? Never.
Come on.
Just slide this over.
Back to Simon.
Yep, there we go. And here, give me where is. Just put him up. Over here.
Oh.
Come out of the elevator into a cage.
Good luck. Yeah. Good luck. It's just a bad epitome.
Eureka vitamin. Gross is like, well, he takes you up in the elevator. And you walk into the room, and Veritatis is there. Where are we here, Tom? There we are. Let's see if this. Is this disturbing enough? Simon! I'm so thrilled you came up to meet with me.
Oh, it is a pleasure, of course. A fine dinner with the gentleman. The company I've had to keep the last couple of years. This is a pleasure.
Please tell me all about it. About the company you kept.
I mean, you've seen them.
Oh, that's company. That is your traveling companions.
Yeah,
I thought they might have been someone else.
No.
That you're referring to. What is Simon thinking?
After talking to Kip and knowing kind of what he went through, did you say that he was in your mind? Did you give any hint of that?
That he wanted to know my thoughts. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he wanted to feel my emotion.
All I am thinking about is sitting in the garden at home with my mother. Back in Zaragoza. While I'm talking to him.
Wow. Such fond memories you must have of traveling with your companions.
Indeed.
Do you have other fond memories?
Many. Travels have been arduous but rewarding throughout the last couple of years.
And how so? What pains have you felt?
Pains?
What joy have you felt? What is it like to cast a spell and see your opponents fry? Does that bring joy to your heart?
It has.
Oh, I can imagine that it has.
But it also brings pain and remorse.
No, pain and remorse.
But I do not wish to talk about these things on an empty stomach. Please, let us eat first.
Do you want to eat or peruse my library first?
I always read and and understand things more on a full stomach. So
Very well.
I think a meal will be wonderful first.
Excellent idea. Excellent idea. He takes you upstairs and to another room that looks very, very similar. There we go. It looks very, very similar. And he goes, "This is my private dining room. There's already several trays laid out on the table.
I want to be like Batman.
Probably more food than two people could possibly consume. You see shrimp cocktails, huge shrimp cocktails, in a silver cup with large bowls of shrimp cocktail sauce. And you see several other silver coverings, and he goes, "Do you like lobster? Fresh from the bay."
I've only had it
a
few times.
Grocer comes over.
It is hard to get in Zaragoza.
Grocer will clean it for you. You don't want the messy bits. Grocer expertly breaks it in half, cuts down the tail, very cleanly opens the claws and puts them on a plate for you. And he goes, "Please enjoy."
I just
and he has some
digging
himself.
in with hedonistic abandon.
It's excellent. It is absolutely marvelous. Back with the party. We're back outside of we're back inside the tiny little inn. And it is just kind of raucous and fun. Some people come along and sing for you.
Just find the music selection to be a bit insulting.
The monster mash. That's what you're looking for.
We need something more classical.
After the bread, they bring out these large wooden bowls and wooden spoons, and they put them down in front of each of you. The entertainment is going around inside the room, and then they come along with a large pitcher and a ladle, and they heap in this dark, hearty stew that has bits of carrots and turnips and fried onions and thick, chewy bits of meat and fat dumplings floating on top of it. And it's a meal in and of itself. And the dumplings are just juicy, fluffy and juicy, and soak up the stew on their own.
I gotta go get some food. I'll see you guys later.
All in
It's
my
the closest
beard.
German butcher.
This is what they think that the peasants eat like? This is the environment they think the peasants are. They are disconnected.
Did you expect any different from people with money?
When he said peasants, I was like, I don't want to eat there, but this is...
After the stew,
peasant's dream.
After this marvelous stew, I mean, to the extent that you allow yourself to be, you're starting to get rather full. And then out comes another tray. This time it has huge turkey legs on them. But these are not just turkey legs. The turkey legs are wrapped in bacon. And they're crispy and thick, fatty bacon. And they're wrapped all the way around so the juices of the bacon have cooked into the turkey leg. And you bite into it, and it is both crispy and juicy and the outside is chewy and crispy at the same time.
I'm gonna give one to like Hoa. He's definitely getting one of those.
And the turkey is soft and succulent, and you can taste the bacon just having seeped into it.
Simon is missing this. This is better than sausage wrapped in bread. This is turkey wrapped in
Simon
bacon.
is probably being eaten right now.
Entirely possible.
Simon!
He's gonna be wrapped in a blanket.
Simon is wrapped in bacon right now.
We're laughing, but at the same time, it could be happening.
Should we start raising the should we start wailing and beating our chests now, or would that be too crass?
That's good. Fit in roleplay with the peasant life.
Peasants.
Roleplay being a peasant.
If Borinth was here, there'd be a bar fight already.
I can start up a good
The
bar
meal
fight.
is terrific. Several courses go by, and then finally it comes out with this fabulous, fluffy chocolate cake that has a layer that is a heavy layer, almost like a flourless layer, and then it's fluffy on top again, and the whole thing is just coated with this dripping warm chocolate sauce that the grocer pours on top of it.
Fabulous. I've still had such delight.
So enjoyed the meal.
Indeed. You have outdone yourself. Thank you very much.
That's absolutely delightful of you to say. Thank you so very much.
Shall we retire to the library?
Absolutely. Please. And he brings you back. Where is it? Ah, it's right here.
Yeah. Dig it away.
What's over there?
I can't see.
What's secret there?
What's over there?
I can't see.
You jumped to the library too soon. What's behind that door?
This is the library over here?
I think so. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Some of the hair needs to go this way.
Yeah, that's why.
I need a ponytail.
A hair clip.
Just put that one backwards.
You would know, not me.
There we go.
My army buddies are like, we're gonna post this all over the place.
Some let them know
Please.
this is the session to watch.
Please.
It's not Tom, it is Veritas.
Exactly. Thank you. He says, oh, so you already went in there. He goes, he walks you toward the library. You want to look at some of my books then?
Of course.
I have an amazing selection. Grocer steps in and walks up, and you say, Grocer looks, please. You're just gonna have to pretend I'm a blonde. Please, let me show you one of my favorites. He rushes forward toward a shelf on the far side of the room, and he goes, it's not exactly as pictured, but a far side of the room, and this is kind of what the library looks like. It's incredibly ornate. Large bookshelves that go from floor to ceiling. Looking up, he seems to be mumbling to himself, Where is it? Where is it? And he goes, there it is. He reaches up and he grabs a book from the shelf and he says, This is the book you want. He hands it to you.
But you said it was your favorite.
It is my favorite, but I'm sure you will enjoy it. Do you open the book?
What does it look like from the outside?
It looks almost like a spell book. It is thickly bound leather with a strap going around it, with brass corners and a brass spine on the edges of the back. You can tell that the pages are thick. They're not just thin pages made out of some type of thick paper.
I'll tuck it under my arm and I'll start looking at the other shelves.
Very well. Look, please.
Where is Veritas at this?
He's right where he is.
He's outside. The door's open, though.
Oh, absolutely. Gross says, "Is everything all right?"
Yes. Keep kind of pacing around, looking at the books, and then I'm gonna speak in dragon. I'm gonna say, so what are the rules then?
And Grossa looks at you.
I say it loud enough to try to seem that it's directed towards
Veritas replies. He says to you, Ich spreche Deutsch, ich verstehe Dutch. In Putzin Romanesque, je parle un peu français, and yes, I speak Draconic. I speak literally, probably 230 languages.
Well, then you know a couple more than I do. So, what are the rules?
The rules?
Of this game that we are playing. I prefer to know the rules before I engage any further.
You are the most wickedly smart one amongst the bunch. There is no doubt about that. Roll initiative.
You made him violent?
I got a 10.
A 10. Yes. I mean, Grossa turns and reaches over and he tries to grapple you. He lunges forward onto you.
Oh no.
And he just tries to grab hold of you. He doesn't look that strong, but he rolls. He has a 17. He's trying to grapple hold
Just let him
of
eat
you.
your brain. That's what I did.
No.
He grabs hold of you and he drags you. You are grappled at this point. And he drags you farther into the room. At that point, Veritatis steps through the doorway. As he steps through the doorway, his form changes and it just sort of manifests itself from this humanoid form into this large, hideous, bluish, thick-skinned form with pustules and large claws. And his face is hideous.
Really?
His face is hideous with tentacles dangling from it. And he says to you, your brain is one that will be absolutely delicious. What'd you roll for initiative?
Roll a 10.
Oh, that was, I thought you were rolling, roll strength for, I thought you were rolling against his, they had a 4, they won initiative.
Yeah.
Roll against his, I thought you were rolling against his strength or athletics versus his attempt to grapple.
Oh yeah. No, I rolled a 10 for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're up.
Okay.
He steps through. Veritatis steps through. I'm sorry?
No, we're yeah. We're cringing.
Are you cringing?
There's nothing we can do. No, thank you. He's got this. He's a psychopath. Yeah.
He steps through.
I'm still more worried about what Simon can do than this guy.
He steps through And you realize as he steps through that whatever magic was keeping him in his form dissipated. And he reaches through and his 4 huge tentacle-like forms try to slam into you.
Like Dr. Octopus.
Huh? He is Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
Literally.
Reminds me of those things from Half-Life.
Glancing out in the hallway behind him,
I thought about it.
off of the walls, you see 2 of the dragon-like forms come off the walls.
What window?
Come off the walls.
Windows everywhere.
Come off the walls.
What is that?
And out of the corner of your eye, you glimpse these hideous brain-like creatures skittering toward you.
This is like my territory. I knew where I should be.
Oh, man.
You're next.
Not good at all.
I don't think any of us are anymore.
It's the end of that.
I think that's 2 hits.
Can he miss that? Where you teleport?
2 hits.
I gotta be a touch.
There's magic allowed in this room. Magic is allowed in this room.
He jams you with these 2 giant, 2 of them. And the other 2, they miss, but they kind of curl around your head as if they're caressing your skull. You take 13 points of piercing and 13 points of psychic damage. Grocer leans into you and you feel a claw dig into your back as he's holding you. And he says, "Just relax and let it happen. It will be far less painful than the alternative." You feel these claws dig into you, or tries to. Yes, I'm assuming what your AC is 11.
Strange old dude's library, man. I mean,
At least he had his last supper.
You take
first.
another 7 points of piercing damage. You are up. What are you doing?
he's gonna do this regardless. Like, I mean, this is what the deal was. He just kind of cut this chase.
Are those windows?
Yes, they're these very narrow but thick glass. You remember seeing the glass throughout this building. You saw it on the outside. It had like this goldish sheen on the outside, and then on the they were the glass doors. They were very, very thick glass.
Can I see outside?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You glance up and you can see fog and mist.
I will cast Misty Step and put myself outside the window.
You go to cast this spell, and you mutter the verbal components, and nothing happens.
Burned?
I'm sorry?
Did I burn the spell slot?
I'm gonna say sure.
That would be my action. I'm restrained, so I got no movement. I don't know if there's anything else I can do.
What's in the book?
What?
What's in the book?
You're not there.
He has time to read it.
He's got multiple people.
And his hands are going.
Misty Step's a bonus action.
Something dispelled the magic.
That's fine.
Something dispelled his form and dispelled the magic. It dispelled that guy's form.
I think that's it for me.
That's it for you?
Yeah, I don't think it.
Grocer shoves the claw deeper into your back. You feel like it's not a knife he's shoving. It's almost like you feel his hands, like he's holding you and he's shoving his hands in and he's gouging out your back. You take another 12 points of damage with the other 2 claws jab away at you and try and drive into you. Both of them barely hit. And they both do another 12 points of piercing and another 12 points of psychic. And then one of the claws, you feel it tearing at the back of your head. And you feel the back of your skull slowly being ripped open.
This is gonna happen. And then he's gonna come down the elevator like nothing ever happened.
Back with the party.
Just like a zombie.
We're in the restaurant. The turkey legs are absolutely delightful. Chewing off big chunks of them.
I hope Simon's all right. He's probably having better food than we are.
Joke about it, man.
I know. We talk that into reality.
After the turkey legs come around, they bring out this large, huge skillet on this wooden tray. There's a sweet, doughy bread in it. And they slide the skillet onto the table, and it's just smoking and it's just steaming. And then one of the waitresses comes up with a large pitcher and starts to pour this smooth, silky, shiny layer of raspberry ganache on it. And then she says, to eat like real peasants, you have to share the bowl, but here's some spoons.
Oh, we want to be careful. We don't want to go too much like that.
This is true. Would you like a plate?
Spoon. No, spoon's good enough.
Okay. And you indulge in it, and it is just a thick, hearty, chocolatey, doughy bread with this layer of raspberry ganache that is just hot and sweet and delicious. You enjoying it?
Yeah. All we have to look
Awesome.
forward to is Wawa, though.
I'm sorry?
Well, we have to look forward to eat after this is Wawa.
I know.
Okay. Back with Zyman.
There's no food upstairs. I'm gonna go get like a pretzel with like cheese sauce.
Back with Zyman. You are up. What are you doing?
Kick him in the nuts, dude. When in doubt, what else
Wolfman's
do you
got
do?
darts.
What else do you do? You can't use magic. Kick him in the nuts.
Wolfman's got darts.
Wolfman's got
You know the movie, right?
I'm gonna grab the dagger at my side and try to drive it back into Joseph.
You reach up, your hands free. You reach up and you grab the dagger and you jab backwards into Grossus. And roll the hit.
Section 19.
He winces, and as he winces, you feel like this tongue come out of his mouth and like lick at the back of your neck. What? And he's like, you're making this harder than it needs to be.
It's gonna feel awful if something does.
3 points of damage.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
3 points. Grosser, he jabs his claw further into you, and you take another 9 points of piercing damage from him. At this point, Veritatis says to you, he said, your mind will simply be delicious. Embrace this, and you will live on as one of my minions. And you feel the claw tearing at the back of your skull, ripping. You feel hair coming off of the back of your head as he just pulls your skull, and you hear this cracking and crunching sound. Yeah, you feel this crashing and crunching sound as your head. You just feel almost as if somebody's peeling a hat off the top of your head.
That's awesome.
Oh, at least it doesn't hurt.
That's good. It doesn't hurt.
Just removing a hat off.
And you take 55 points of piercing damage.
Maybe it hurts.
All right, I'm down.
Oh no. Simon's a mind player.
That's where it's going to
It's just gonna be a weird version of Simon tomorrow. Everything's normal.
One person controlling all of them in his head.
I don't know how I got it. I don't know how I would have gotten it. No. I don't know. Giant strength. When you run. It's where? It's a potion. It's magic. It's still my one.
Ran out the window.
Come with me quickly.
You're assuming I'm strong enough to jump through a window.
And whispers. Oh, okay.
man, that could have been me, guys. Glad it was Simon.
This battle moment, whisper moment, was brought to you by Tangent Craftworks. Tangent Craftworks here.
Tangent Craftworks.
Make these beautiful trays and all this wonderful stuff. That's the message of the day. Find them at tangentcraftworks.com. Is that right? Yeah?
Yep.
He makes it. That's Tangent Craftworks right there. He makes it. All this beautiful stuff.
I think your store all the time on like D&D groups and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I mean,
they allow, like once a month, there's usually a post that's like support your local people or whatever. Like post your links in here. I always post your store. I don't know if it does anything, but it's like people are always posting stuff.
Wonder what version of Simon we're gonna get now. We know we're gonna get Simon back. It's just he's gonna be. He's gonna be like one of his minions.
So, Brian, that's on my printer right now. That many.
What? Oh, really? Is
it's
it
on
really?
my freaking printer right now.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
have a lot of these from Artisan. What is that
Artisan
thing?
Guild.
Artisan Guild.
Yeah. So do
they
I.
made a whole mind flayer
Yeah,
series.
I have that whole set.
Is that what it is? A mind flayer?
It's a mind flayer.
Oh,
It's
okay.
an elephant. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We got
Okay.
Cthulhu
So
now.
what do they do?
They eat your brains.
Yeah, but then what happens to you after they eat your brain?
Well, normally you're dead. I don't know what Tom will
Oh,
do.
okay.
Yeah, they absorb you.
Oh, okay. It's like
are like a minion.
like Stranger Things.
I think they can do that, right? They
Yeah, the
can
mind
become
flayer.
a thrall. You can become a
Right,
thrall.
they can.
What is that? What is a thrall?
It's a slave controlled by them.
Oh, okay.
You're it's like a lobotomy, dude. Like you're done.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Put that
They're
back.
from the Underdark. Normally.
Haven't you watched Stranger Things?
Yeah, it's Stranger Things is the whole thing. It's the whole concept.
I'm old. I forget things.
The mind flayer. No,
You know,
but he put that
I don't know
down.
where
And
I
I
am
was
right
just
now.
like,
I don't even know how I'm gonna get home.
That's on the printer right now.
That's crazy.
It's just dangling. It's printed. It's just
Where I
there.
am. Right, whenever we walk outside and we go to Wawa, I'm just like, I'm lost. I forgot where I was.
But I have a whole bunch of those printed that I never painted yet.
No, so I have the whole Artisan Guild, and I painted some of them. But
Oh man!
like these better.
What else can we talk to the crowd about? What else can we talk to our streamers who are watching us right now? We talked about Tangent Craftworks.
Check out my YouTube channel.
Oh, check out.
Yeah. You won't tell us what it is.
No, they found it.
It's Tamarak's Treehouse.
Tamarak's Treehouse.
Tamarak's Treehouse for some amazing
With
miniatures, amazing Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
stuff.
I have like 50 followers on Instagram already. I just
Yeah,
started
let's
that,
get them.
like-
Let's get them to
Tamarak's Treehouse.
Tamarak's Treehouse.
Tamarak's
I'll get you
Treehouse. Yep.
Immersive
YouTube.
terrain.
Yeah. All your miniature goodness.
Yeah. Get to see some of these guys in different characters. Moonshine. Some
Well, we don't. I mean, I guess you do kind of. You don't stream it.
I don't stream it, but
Right. Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, but I talk about your characters.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen to Moonshine next. That's why your comment like, "Will he do the right thing?" I'm like, "Uh-oh." I was most definitely gonna do the wrong thing, but now I'm wondering what the good thing is.
If the Baron ships some of this bitterman to Moonshine, can you use it for his gun?
Yeah, can we cross the?
Well, now you've learned how to make it.
Can we cross the universe?
Cross the universes.
Can we cross the universes?
Yeah.
Moonshine's like, I know this guy, the Baron. He might know how to make gun powder.
So it's so funny. Whenever we play Mark's game,
my character Moonshine has like a thick Southern accent, and everybody else around the table starts talking with a Southern accent.
He kills my accent. I practice my accent for like days, and then I get the table, and all of a sudden it's like slipping in between all these weird things. Everybody's like, "What accent is that?" That's the accent in this world. That is a normal accent. It's like half Indian, half Australian.
Everybody talks like, yeah. Whenever I'm talking, everybody starts talking like, everybody talking like I'm from Texas.
Moonshine Samino.
And my name is Herb Moonshine Samino.
Here we're all freaking Dracula.
I'm gonna shoot y'all.
Always remember to double tap.
You always double tap.
You missed one.
Yeah. Most jumpy character ever. Oh boy. Nothing like the Baron, who is very calm and collected all the time. Oh, he's back.
No,
he didn't really eat your
alive.
brain back there, did he?
Yeah, what if that was a trap?
Can we check? Can we do a hairline check?
We're going to pause there. Everybody having a good time?
Oh, wow.
Oh, edge of the seat stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, you're leaving us on the huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Boy, the cliffhanger.
We'll twist his arm, he'll tell us.
Interesting. I never know which way what you guys are going to do. It's always a little bit of a gamble.
You always blow my mind whenever you say that.
I will say this time, you didn't have to find another map. They were on the table.
Yes.
So we couldn't have gone that off the rails.
No, but I didn't know what your choices were going to be.
I mean, those maps moved a lot. We went upstairs, we went downstairs, we went to there. You know, we're in Disneyland, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in Frontierland.
Going around the table. Start with you, Reiner. What was your highlight?
Honestly, just the insanity that resulted. It was very interesting to watch.
Which insanity in particular?
Well, our ally there getting stuck in a situation where, as far as I can tell, he is completely alone against so what appears to be a very serious threat. That's certainly very amusing. And of course, I found everything having to do with our host amusing, just because of the weirdness of it.
Okay, cool. I love it. Thank you for playing. I appreciate you finding the time. 2,000 experience points. Awesome job. Brian, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time.
What was your highlight?
Well, first it was, Kip's one-on-one conversation time.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was really good. You guys both did a great job. And it's cool because you're getting to hear a little bit more about Kip's past in there, a little bit about what he's kind of struggling through and trying to put together the pieces of the puzzle and what's going on with this crazy guy. And then, once again, when you had Zyman and this guy together and their interactions and just when Zyman was just like, all right, what's this game? Like, what is it? Just cut to the chase. I love it. It's such a Zyman thing to do. And I don't know how you didn't look at the book at least once, but I don't think I could have resisted.
Because I was playing it cool.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was great. It was really, really cool. Everybody was just role-playing the hell out of it.
That is.
And I just thought it was awesome. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch.
Okay, and you are level 6, correct?
Yes.
5,500 experience points.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Galila, did you have a good time?
I did.
What was your highlight?
I guess I kind of have two that create one big highlight. I think the tour was very interesting because I think, I feel like Galila had some thoughts and ideas about some of the things that surrounded the factory, and so in her head she feels like some of them have been either concluded or closer to what she thinks, which is interesting. And then I really enjoyed the one-on-ones, and with Zyman, the way that he was kind of orchestrating like the meeting from the beginning to me. I personally, I don't know if you did, but I felt like you had some sort of like agenda. Like you felt in the beginning to me in control of the situation because you said.
Oh, I definitely felt like I was in control.
Yeah, and I like that because I don't like in the before it you were like concerned about the food and like it's not a big deal, but when you actually got in there, seeing that I'm very much like in control. I know what I'm doing, at least in this for this amount of time before the attack.
Yeah, it's okay.
So I don't know. That was really interesting to me, and I kind of want to know what was Simon's play had. Things gone exactly how he wanted it to based off of what I heard in the beginning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool. A lot of good stuff in there. On 4,500 experience points. Okay. Awesome. Kip, Mark, did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
What was your highlight?
Yeah. Going completely different than what Mark thought was going to happen. The whole session.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I did not expect to meet with him first. I did not see that coming. I thought Simon was going to meet with him first. That was the expectation, so I was not prepared for that, which was great. It was an awesome plot twist. And then going in there, and I myself, Kip, we thought he was a dragon. Obviously, turns out it's a surprise. It's not. But I didn't know. I had assumed that he was going to offer me something that was going to potentially make it so that I did not appear like an elf anymore. Maybe the option of turning into a human, and then how I had thought I would react to that. Would Kip allow that? Would he not? And then I thought he wouldn't, and then that might become a conflict between the two of them because he thought I was an abomination and I was rejecting him. It's probably how that would have went. And that's what I was preparing for. And then also I'm walking out with this amazing bow, and sharing parts of Kip metagaming to the party, the people at the table, and that he has never shared before. He's tidbits, things like that have come out, but it was the first time that he actually touched on something that Mark wrote.
None of us were here to hear it.
I know, but something that we had talked about years ago, coming back into play, and I think as a DM, when you can tie people's backstories into the game itself, the overarching issues, I think that's sometimes very difficult to do, and I think you did it very well, and I enjoyed it.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm glad you had a good time. 3,500 experience points.
Thank you.
Ryan, did you have a good time?
Yeah, of course.
What was your highlight?
Him revealing himself as a mind flayer.
Or whatever.
I've been on the fence about whether his intentions towards us are bad or not. I kind of figured they were.
So now you know they're good, right?
Yeah. He's obviously going to make them stronger by making him one of the hive mind.
I did not expect him to reveal himself now. So this changes all my plans. And I don't know where it's going to go from here.
I don't know anything. He may not. He didn't reveal himself to you. He might still meet with you.
It's possible tomorrow morning that we have no idea what even happened.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. But I may have to change some plans around.
Oi! 2,000 experience points.
Thank you.
Jess!
Yes.
Oi! Man of the hour.
Fabulous.
So your favorite was a secret, right?
What was your highlight, if there was one?
Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. That was pretty fun. Coming downstairs with the pigs in the blanket.
I like the tour because of the innuendo that was thrown around. That this isn't what it seems like. He was clearly hiding stuff the entire time, trying to shuffle us through quickly, and Simon was pretty quiet during that whole thing, and just taking it in and starting to realize something was up. And while I knew that the motives of Veritalis were probably not straightforward, I obviously didn't believe what was going to transpire would transpire. That I, as a person of nobility, and him as a person with large amounts of wealth, and certainly not a monster, would at least come to the table with me. But
How
alas,
is full of
not
you?
to be.
2,000 experience points. Okay. Guys, I had a great time. Thank you for coming to the table. Thank you for making the trek here. I greatly appreciate it. I know that you take time away from other things you could be doing, family that you could be with, to be here. So I do greatly appreciate it. Even Reiner, I appreciate your joining us remotely. Guys, I had a good time. Part of me doesn't like taking down characters, but part of me is like, the world's got to have consequences. Brad would be proud.
I did ding, Tom, just for the record.
You did ding.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
the bell is upstairs. So ding, ding, ding. We're trying to teach Pumpkin to. Deb, we saw something on Facebook where the
dog
cat
does
comes up and dings the bell and gets a treat, and we're trying to teach her to do that. So
My
the bell.
dog uses these to tell us that he has to go out.
Oh,
Or
that
she
is
has to go
awesome.
out, in
Well,
and out.
congratulations. You are level 11. Wow.
Just so you know, my dog barks.
Yeah.
And I let her outside.
Send me the information. Roll here, roll online. Guys,
She goes to the door and barks, and then I open the door. And she goes out, and then she comes back in when I say, "Hey, pup, come here." She comes right, runs back in there.
Ding, 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 ding. Well, guys, very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you for watching Seven-Sided Dice. Carpathian Adventure. Again, we'd like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them by the @ Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. While we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we might improve the stream. Lastly, please follow us on Twitch and Instagram, and please like on Facebook, YouTube, and please subscribe on YouTube. I've got a moment. I'm going to go hair over. As we leave you, please indulge my periodic diatribe. As I have mentioned, and I will mention again, I participate in a lot of forums on different apps. Several of the forums strictly focus on the interpretation of Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules as written, or raw. On some of them, there are dozens of postings daily, and some of the questions are incredibly esoteric. They are because the rules are complex. Okay, throw your darts. The rules are complex, and I would argue adding more rules makes the game more complex. With that, a player reached out to me a while back. The player wanted to incorporate additional material, official, albeit optional, source material to our game. I explained that I'm generally loath to add additional material because I believe doing so adds complexity to an already complex game, among other reasons. The player then flat out told me the rules are not complex. He said he just understood the rules better than me. Oof. Okay. To the first part, I believe complexity is on a sliding scale and relative to one's perspective. So, you know what? I'll give him that one. To the second part, perhaps true, perhaps not. Either way, I felt it was incredibly rude and amazingly offensive thing to say. At that point, I bit my lip and I stepped away from the conversation to cool off. There are players of games who love complex rule systems that periodically get updated with new rules to maintain the complexity. Among others, Magic the Gathering is, in my humble opinion, one of these games. Many people believe it's the world's most complicated game, from Technology Review to Forbes magazine to Newsweek to PC Magazine. There are numerous articles claiming such. Agree or disagree, there are gobs of articles applauding its complexity. Yes, I said applauding. I said applauding because Magic the Gathering is also incredibly popular. By multiple accounts, at least 35 to 40 million people have played Magic the Gathering over its 30-plus year lifespan, making it the most popular trading card game in the world. Some articles confirming such include those in the Washington Post, Indoor Game Bunker, and others. So, Many gamers love Magic the Gathering, and they love its complexity. With that, please know that it's just not the game for me. I have nothing against Magic the Gathering or those who play it. It's just too complex for my small brain. Either way, have no illusion, the owners of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons intellectual properties, Wizards of the Coast, and their parent company, Hasbro, are for-profit companies. That's not a bad thing. I love capitalism and the benefits it brought me and my family. Okay, throw the darts. But it is necessary to keep this in perspective. While Hasbro doesn't share data regarding the performance of Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro is a publicly traded company. Hasbro, and they've had some tough years. So adding material to Dungeons & Dragons, if it sells, adds to Wizards' proverbial bottom line, which also adds to Hasbro's bottom line. So Wizards will, as they have demonstrated with Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons, continue to add material to their intellectual properties. Back to Dungeons & Dragons itself. In the end, I do think the rules are complex. They are not too complex, but they're sufficiently complex to keep the game interesting. So my decision to not add rules has nothing to do with whether or not the additional rules are cool or not cool. I choose to not add to the existing complexity by choosing not to pile additional rules on top of already complex rules. However, that might be just me. I will end my diatribe there. Always remember, in the Carpathian Adventure, the journey is the destination, and we will continue the journey in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die and have a good night.
Play some